we're just talking taste. That's not even including some of maybe the medicinal properties as well.
Yeah.
You know, linalool being great for anxiety, being great for memory retention, alertness. So
Allegedly. We're not making any medical claims here.
right. Yeah. So yeah, a lot to explore there, not only in taste and smell, but also with medical properties. But linalool, I think is a great one to talk about because that's going to give you your floral.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, your lavender smells, and quite frankly, I can handle this much better. I don't mind a floral, like a garden, maybe a sweeter touch to it. I like linalool. Something that I grew with linalool is the Amnesia Haze. Great floral presentation to it. It grew great, especially particularly indoors, and I just absolutely adored the high from it. So, yeah, linalool is probably one of my more favorite ones because I think if you start to mix the flowers with the peppers, that's when I feel it, or the spice. That's when I feel like we start to get into my realm.
I think that's one of the least common that you'd get a dominant trait out of. That's like harder to find in most places because it's like I'm more thinking it's because of plant traits, because now we're breeding out and we're getting to stuff that's nurtured and crop steered in such a perfect manner in a commercial grow that we're not having these terpenes that are defense mechanisms coming out as much. But like that's one I can't even think off the top of the head that a genetic that's dominant in that flavor, which is a rare one for me.
I got a couple in mind here. One of them is lavender. That's the name of the strain.
Yeah.
That is by, I haven't grown it, but Green Life Productions. So I talked about them before, and they are out of Pahrump, Nevada, and they do living soil, no-till living soil, and they're on their, 30-plus run in the same soil or something by now, but lavender is one of the strains that I believe was one of the most popular ones like 5+ years ago. I don't know if it's still very popular, but that was very dominant. It was like straight lavender. Like that's something that's true to its name. Yeah. And it had some real great purpling on it. Trichomes were just caked on it. Great flavor, but the lavender was super dominant in the flavor, and it was a very relaxing effect. That is one that I definitely feel like was dominant. You could definitely say it's got to be mostly linalool.
It just reminded me now that Pinconning Paralyzer was a Michigan original, and that was definitely all lavender. It was like lavender with a back end of like a little pine, but it was one that you consume and it would make you lethargic and sleepy like lavender would. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those who believe in the essential oils, terpenes are very similar in that sense. If you have something that leans towards these traits that'll give you energetic zesty with the limonene, down to the relaxing lavender effect of linalool, you have a whole different concept on how you're going to consume in the day. You're like, well, this terpene is a no-no for me today. I know I'm getting tired, it's a no-go. Other ones like the Zinger Zesty might be your morning pick-me-up. You know, I think science will start to show your indica sativas are a spectrum like pH, where the more you go here is indica, the more you go here is sativa, and it'll be the side that is all the way to this side is that sharp zinger. The other side over here is like maybe the lavender funk, and then in between we'll find your hybrids. It's not necessarily because it's indica sativa. I think that's our measuring stick. It's just my bro science, you know.
And it's crazy how it can be. You can get kind of different taste and smells. So, for example, one of the examples is Curb Stomper. Now that's definitely linalool when it comes to the flavor. You guys have both tried that out, and hitting that, it's like, ooh, what is this? Like, it's like, what is this? Some type of floral that was like, for me, it's hard to explain. I think you explained it once, and I thought you explained it very well. But that floral hit off of it, incredible. I actually want to use that as a breeding project. That's by Prism Labs, which I don't think is around anymore. It's Chris Cronick. He's been very quiet over the years, so I'm not sure. He formerly of North Genetics. Then he branched off and did his own thing with Prism Labs, and he kind of fell off the map. I don't know if he's even releasing genetics anymore. And luckily, I still have some, I think I want to use those for a breeding project to get that particular flavor out. But when you smell it, you're smelling more of like a spicy, peppery. So 100%. It's more of like a caraphyllene, if I'm pronouncing that right or not. But you smell that, you're getting the caraphyllene, but you smoke it, and you're getting more of the
like a
linalool.
Floral pepper. Man, that one was such a unique, because normally, again, when it leans on that floral at all, I'm normally like, meh. But this one was such its own category, again, where I could taste when this would be mixed into something else. It's like, oh yeah, there's this parent. It was just hard to put your tongue on when, like, I don't know. I feel like those are the genetics for me that I'll turn it down based on what I see is in it. And then I'll miss a great opportunity with some dank. It's been food like that. Like how many times now have we traveled where I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah, don't tell me what it is. Just feed it to
and
me.
then and then all of a sudden I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like it just one of those things where your mind has a logical fallacy that I like this or I don't like this. Science is evolving so much, and I'm just really, after 20 some years of consumption and 20 years of consumption and being involved in the space, really finding what I like. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. I could say I like this, but then someone orders me that up, and that's not the flavor I'm after. Especially when we talk words like gas, or like the floral fun, or the sweets. Like their definition isn't always the same. But when we're talking terpenes, this is undisputable. This is science. This is facts. But what I can dispute is 5% this, 2% this, 3% this. What do you interpret that flavor as? Right. What are you getting the more peppery out of it, or are you getting the floral? Do you taste the sweet? Trey's always tasting random shit. It'll be like lemon, pepper, turkey sandwich. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, oh, my brain can understand. Now I have a thing to process. That's the flavor. Whoa. It's like I can't even explain what this flavor is. It's so different. But
I also struggle with describing.
Yeah, we'll be like armpit, foot, fart. It's like, that's not the right words.
And some people are so good at it too. I had Northwest Jay on my podcast. He's like explaining his genetics that he's been working on. He's like, it's like pencil shavings, fresh pencil shavings.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? He was also like a hot dog fresh from the ballpark. Ballpark hot dog. It's like explaining it those ways, but like the way he explained it and then matching it up with it makes sense.
Yeah, it gives you the definition that you're missing in your head. You're like, what the hell? What is this?
And it's a hot dog right after the game.
I only want bud like that. I'm tired of shit I gotta hunt the flavor on. Like if it's got this terp in it, damn it, I want to taste that terp. Like there's so many genetics that, especially when you look in the commercial setting, man, it'll say testing at 3% terpenes, which is high on terpenes. And you're like, I don't taste shit. Like, where is it? What? But it's because I feel some of the terpene makeup maybe cancels out the flavors. It's like you put too much. I've done mixing of blunts where I've got one flavor of this, one flavor of that, and one drowns it out. I only taste this one. Or it becomes mute. It's like, damn, these were two dank flavors, and now it's just kind of
they canceled each other out.
Yeah, they kind of cancel each other out. I think that's the chemical science behind the terpenes. Is like, hey, too much of this and too much of this is going to make it bland. It's like making smoothies. If you do too much banana, it's going to be all banana, and how depending that ripe that banana is, it may take over the whole flavor. But just enough makes or breaks the smoothie, So I think the artificial terpenes are helping the natural terpenes because it's giving some people an idea of what they like. Because we have no way to measure the flavors otherwise. And in this case, the extreme, like, have you ever tried, I know you guys have, those sprayed terpene joints?
Oh,
like
yeah.
Jeters.
Gross.
And horrible. Like, but people like those. It's crazy enough. But it's because it's such a distinct, strong flavor. And they've been having diet bud that really never has that. It's like, did you know that the plant can produce terpenes that have strong flavor and that don't choke you out and give you a headache?
and aren't hazardous to your health.
And there's health benefits that come out of it too. Like, wow. But the science of these people making these botanical terpenes and other terpenes are helping people identify what they like and don't like. So there is good coming out of the bad, in my opinion, This FTS clip was brought to you by AC Infinity, leaders in garden innovation. Use discount code TheStash15 at checkout to save some money on your order.
From the Stash Podcast.